Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard for another video. This time I'm flying from New York's LaGuardia Airport up to Boston Logan International Airport for the day just to review Chase's lounge. I wanted to make this video all about the lounge, but the early morning flight I took was just too pretty, so I had to include a few minutes of the stunning footage I captured. The video will start here at LaGuardia with a few minutes of the footage from the flight up to Logan. The sun was rising as we turned onto runway 31 at LaGuardia, stepped on the gas, and climbed out over Rikers Island. Only minutes later and we were descending along the shoreline into Boston Logan's runway 22 left, landing from the north. Now if you want to skip all the footage and get straight to the lounge, and I'd highly recommend that you stay for the sunrise takeoff footage here, skip to 4 minutes and 0 seconds. Now I've been dying to check out this lounge. I've had Chase's Sapphire Reserve card for a little over a year, and a few of my friends have already been to the lounge and absolutely raved about it. Chase has been a little late getting into the airport lounge game, but as you'll see, the wait is totally worth it. The bank currently has opened 3 lounges around the world: Hong Kong, Boston, and Austin, Texas, but is planning to open up lounges in Philadelphia, New York LaGuardia, Washington Dulles, and San Diego. I'll make sure to check those out and drop a new video for you guys when they're open. Chase's lounges are certainly difficult to access. Amex Platinum One, Capital One Venture X, and Chase Sapphire Reserve cards all get you membership to Priority Pass, a system of over 1,400 airport lounges and other airport facilities, including restaurants and spas, worldwide. There are some other cards, including co-branded cards, that also get you into the lounge, but Priority Pass members only get 1 complimentary visit to the lounge every year, at least as of filming this in December 2023, so this lounge is really tailored to Chase Sapphire Reserve cardholders. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card annual fee is $550. Now that might seem a little bit of a steep price to pay for a credit card, but the card's benefits are certainly worth it. I'll cover the pros and the cons of the card when we get up to Logan, but for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the footage from the flight.
Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. That will be your only indication that we have arrived safely at the gate. Use caution.
Alright, so welcome to Boston Logan International Airport. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Now it's time to get into the star of the show, the Chase Sapphire Reserve Lounge. Where do I even start? How about with the lounge's location? That makes sense, right? So the lounge is located in the connector between terminals B and C, adjacent to gate B40. There's a small sign and a cutout for an elevator. It's pretty easy to miss. I walked by it like 2 times, which then takes you upstairs to the lounge. Hop out of the elevator, check in at the front desk, and then head into the lounge. The first thing I noticed right away in the lounge were the views of the airport. You can see nearly the entire airfield through wraparound floor-to-ceiling windows in the lounge, which is positioned right over the B2C apron. Makes sense, it's over the B2C gates. And that apron's home to Spirit's gates, JetBlue's gates, and Cape Air's stand. The lounge also has a great view of Logan's crisscrossing runways beyond the terminal, and is an absolute plane spotter's paradise. I had a pretty hard time not looking out the windows my entire day. And the views on the inside of the lounge are great as well. All the details and finishes are impeccable. From the high-end coffee machines to the glassware, from the overhead lights to the seating, everything feels very elevated. And no, before you ask how much Chase paid me to say that, I wasn't paid to make this review by anyone. I was starving when I got to the lounge, so I grabbed a quick breakfast of blueberry maple French toast, a pain au chocolat, some hash browns, and a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. Breakfast was delicious. I got some work done and then headed back into the serving station where they were beginning to roll out the lunch menu. Believe it or not, I was here for long enough to try all 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Most of the food is served tapas style in small plates, but there's also a menu you can order from either at the bar or from your table by scanning the QR code. I ordered a burger later in the afternoon using the table's QR code, and it arrived within about 10 minutes. It almost feels wrong to be in this nice of a lounge and have all the food and drink that you want for free, but I suppose that's what you get for paying a $550 annual fee. I would suggest, however, that you tip the bartenders and waitstaff. After checking out the food, I got back up and walked around the rest of the space. The lounge is over 11,000 square feet, which makes it pretty good sized. I didn't count every single seat, but if I had to guess, I'd say the space can sit close to 250 guests. I don't know, maybe that's a fire hazard. If somebody knows the answer, fact check me in the comments below. Now, the lounge was pretty empty when I got there in the morning, but filled up quickly as the day went on, so make sure to get there early if you want a good seat. As I saw more of the space and walked around, I became even more impressed with how nice everything is. The club, which is the name for the lounge operator, does a fantastic job keeping the space clean. And even more importantly, the staff are incredibly friendly and helpful. One of them saw me filming and invited me to check out the spa facilities and shower, which are also on offer for guests. The fact that the lounge features a family room with toys, a great space for parents traveling with young children, just, clearly demonstrates how well thought out everything is. The shower was fantastic as well. I didn't take one, but it's clean, spacious, and well appointed, and I can guarantee you'd be pretty clean if you went there and used it. There's also a nursing room for what it's worth for all those breastfeeding mothers out there watching my videos. Last time I checked, 88% of my viewers identify as men, but if you're a mother with a newborn child watching this video looking for some privacy in Boston Logan International Airport, and you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, yes, that's a lot of ands and qualifications, this nursing room is the place to be. After one of the attendants gave me a quick tour of the nursing room, I'm sorry I didn't get any footage of that. I didn't really take a lot of footage of it, just kind of peeked my head in. I went back to my seat by the window and continued watching planes. Spirit had some movements on the apron. It was kind of funny watching JetBlue's planes at the C gates and Spirit's planes right next to them at the B gates. Obviously, given that the JetBlue Spirit merger trial was currently going on in a courtroom just a few miles away from the airport. After a little bit of plane watching, I went back and checked out the bar. The bar is really the centerpiece of the entire space. It's a really cool design, kind of a blend of modern industrial with some warmer, more rustic colored lighting. Drinks are free at the lounge, as you would expect with the free food. I did try a margarita after work hours, and it was fantastic. A tasty treat to end my day. I'm not really a big drinker, and I can't comment on the alcohol selection itself, but judging by the number of bottles and the brands that they had, and the fact that I didn't know any of them, safe to say you can get any drink you want here, and there's a pretty good chance they'll have that nice whiskey you like. I quickly realized that reviewing the lounge had turned into a competitive eating event. Before I knew it, I was staring down my 4th meal of the day, which featured the burger I ordered from the QR code that I mentioned earlier, as well as some tasty croquettes and a singular piece of vegetable lasagna. That final meal left me immobilized, so I pointed the camera out the window and grabbed some more footage, and that's a pretty good place to end my review of the Chase Sapphire Lounge. On the whole, Boston's Chase Sapphire Lounge gets an A+ from me. By all accounts, from much more well-traveled reviewers, Chase's Lounge at Logan is the best lounge accessible by credit card, in the United States, and it's very easy to see why. The staff is super friendly, the place is clean, the food is good, and the design of the space is very pleasing to the eye. And if that weren't enough, the lounge offers unparalleled views out at Logan's Parallel, and some not so parallel, very crisscrossy runways. The only downside of the lounge was how busy it became in the afternoon, but I think it's almost impossible to find a lounge that doesn't have an overcrowding problem during peak hours anyways nowadays. Overall, Chase's growing lounge portfolio is really exciting for cardholders. If you travel a lot, especially into or out of one of the locations where Chase already has or is planning to open a lounge, this card has become even more attractive. I'm going to plug for me, not the card. If you like the video and want to listen/watch, maybe me narrate some aviation experiences, please support my channel by clicking that subscribe button, the like button, and commenting on the video. See you on the next one.